Welcome, everyone, to this episode of Look at the Mic Live. We're doing a Dallas Cowboys live reaction here, and the Carolina Panthers just took the second of the big four between Penn State, Jaycee Horn, and Rashawn Slater, and Patrick Surtain. The Denver Broncos are now on the clock, and so far, a combination of two of the mock drafts that I've done between last night here on Look at the Mic Live and also on a FanDuel thing I did. So far, I have nailed on both of them about, we're through 8 picks. So I've nailed all but one of them in each of them. So, but if you combine the two of them, I got all picks right. So, Jaycee Horn, I was kind of seeing Jaycee Horn going to the Carolina Panthers. I'm not surprised, but you know what? When you have two cornerback prospects or two prospects at the same position that are similarly as good as each other, like Jaycee Horn and Patrick Surtain, it's not the worst thing to get the second best of them or the second guy, because it's a coin flip. It's a 50-50 chance that the second guy will be better than the first one. And Jaycee Horn, great competitor, but a lot of penalties, a lot of grabbiness to his play. Sure, he could be coached out of it, and I think he will get coached out of it, but I do really like Patrick Surtain's polish and his game a lot better. So again, to recap, we got Trevor Lawrence went 1, Zach Wilson went 2, Trey Lance went 3. At 4, we had it was the why am I blanking out here? It was Kyle Pitts, of course. I didn't think it was going to fall anyway. At 5, we had Jamar Chase. Should have been Sewell, but the Broncos they got Joe Burrow's former teammate instead. Not the Broncos, the Bengals. At 6, the Dolphins went Jalen Waddle. Great pick. My buddy, shout out to Ryan Silver, who is a Dolphins fan. He thought that Devontae Smith would be better. I honestly think Devontae Smith was as good as he was because of how good Jalen Waddle was, and because teams are paying more attention to Jalen Waddle. I think he's going to be like Tyreek Hill, honestly. And then we had that was at 6. Then at 7 was the one before the Panthers. That was Penn Sewell to Detroit, or at 7, and then 8 was Jaycee Horn. And now I got the Denver Broncos on the clock, and I don't know. Honestly, they could go in so many directions here. I've seen so many different names mocked them, including Patrick Surtain. I've seen Rashawn Slater. I've seen Micah Parsons. I honestly hope they take Micah Parsons, because I think I want Micah Parsons as far away from the Cowboys as possible, because I'm not a fan. Great athlete, great potential, great upside, but questionable character. Sure, he could grow out of it. Sure, he can live up to that upside and potential. But I just feel like with Leighton Vander Esch and Jalen Smith, sure, they might not be linebackers. They might not be on the Dallas Cowboys after 2021. But right now they're on the Dallas Cowboys. And what the Cowboys lack right now is another really good cornerback to go with Trayvon Diggs. And even Trayvon Diggs isn't exactly a guy that I want covering the other team's best receiver every single week, every single play just yet. So if you bring in a guy like Patrick Surtain, maybe you can even that out a little bit. And who knows, maybe Trayvon Diggs could grow into that guy this year. Maybe he could take the next step, because he got beat a lot last year, but he did make a lot of plays. He had more interceptions. I think he had 3-4 interceptions last year, which is, great ball production that we've seen from the cornerback position. But I mean, so much has been made of Byron Jones getting very few interceptions, but Byron Jones also completely eliminated the other team's best wide receiver week in, week out. So to me, you got to have a balance of ball production, but also coverage and making the other team's best wide receiver irrelevant. So I truly from the beginning of this draft process, Patrick Surtain was set to be the best corner in the class. So and that's another reason why I would be really okay with Patrick Surtain if he falls, and assuming Denver doesn't go with Patrick Surtain. Denver has just under 3 minutes left on the clock right now, and then the Dallas Cowboys will be on the clock. And as you notice, I'm wearing my number 50 Sean Lee right now to honor the general and to congratulate Sean Lee on his retirement. We'll miss him a lot, and the Cowboys will miss him big time. Even if he's not the player he once was, even if he can't stay healthy, what he meant off the field, the fact that he just would be the first guy there, last guy to leave in the meetings and whatnot. So just Sean Lee for everything. He was still if he played, he basically missed. I think it was about 3.5 seasons worth of injury. He played 11 seasons, but missed 174 games due to injury or something like that. I did the research a couple days ago. I don't completely remember what it was, but it was in that range of 2 to 3 full seasons worth of games that Sean Lee missed. And it sucks that he couldn't stay healthy, but still great career that he had with the Dallas Cowboys, and the Cowboys will miss him. So I'm honoring him, and also just hoping the Cowboys do draft defense. I am favoring Patrick Surtain. If Rashawn Slater's there, I'd be cool with Rashawn Slater as well. But my preference would be Patrick Surtain. And the Broncos, they're just bleeding the clock down. They're at minute 30 left. Maybe they're hoping for a trade. Maybe they're looking for a team to come up and trade up for a quarterback, like New England, like Chicago, like Washington. Chicago's way back in the 20s, but Washington at 19. Could they trade up 10 spots? Maybe they're working a deal. I don't know. There's another minute, 10 seconds left on the clock. In my opinion, when the Jaguars drafted first overall, I feel like the team that drafts first overall should not be allowed to bleed the clock down 10 minutes. They have the right to, but they had 3 months to figure out who they're going to draft and who they're going to, if they wanted to trade down with another team. So to me, you put them on the clock, they got to make their pick as soon as possible. So that's just me, but rules are rules, I guess, and they are still, entitled to the full 10 minutes on the clock. And that's just me ranting while I'm waiting for the Broncos to make their pick already. The Panthers bled it all the way down. It looks like the Broncos are friggin' bleeding it all the way down. So yeah, and by the way, got a beer on hand right here. So just cheers to anyone that's watching, any fellow Cowboys fans or NFL fans that are watching out there. Cheers to you. Matt Bonomi in the comments, fellow CSMer in the comments. Where do you think Mac Jones will go? Sorry, I didn't get that. I'm not watching the comments right now because I'm watching on a stream, on a legal stream. So there's a bit of a delay. So I'm not watching the comments, but where do I think Mac Jones will go? I thought he was going to go to the 49ers, but the 49ers did the right thing in not taking Mac Jones. I feel like he's going to follow New England at this point. New England or someone's going to trade up for him. Could be Washington. And the pick is in for the Denver Broncos right now. So let's see what's going to be. They're going to announce it shortly. And I'll turn the sound up. Let's put this up a little bit there. That's another thing. Look, with all the wide receivers that they have, could they add Devontae Smith to Cortland Sutton, KJ Hamler, and Jerry Jeudy? I mean, I don't know. I'd be a little bit of overkill there, maybe, but who knows? We'll see. I'd be down for it to be Micah Parsons. Worst case, he becomes really, really good. Or best case for Denver, he becomes really, really good. And the Cowboys don't have to play him once every 4 years or once every, I guess, 2.5 years with the new 17-game schedule. But anyway. All right, here comes the commissioner. Here comes Roger Goodell.
With the 9th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Denver Broncos select Pat Surtain.
No, it's Patrick Surtain. Oh, man. Oh, they got the Cowboys guy, man. They got Patrick Surtain. Okay, well, Rashawn Slater. It's got to be Rashawn Slater now. It's got to be Rashawn Slater. Or trade back. Rashawn Slater, trade back. Oh, that one hurts. That one stings. That one stings. No, man. That's rough. Screw you, Denver. Oh, man. If only they could have taken Micah Parsons. But, man, Patrick Surtain in Denver. It's a good pick for them. Oh, man. Oh, well. But you know what? Look, again, Rashawn Slater. If Rashawn Slater's the pick for the Cowboys, then – like I said, I made a TikTok of this. Follow me at Mike Langer on TikTok. I said that Rashawn Slater would be the insurance to the insurance because Tyron Smith inevitably will get hurt this year. God bless Tyron Smith. Great left tackle. Love him to death. But unfortunately, he's been in the league for over, since 2011, and he's been banged up the last couple of years. So he can't stay healthy. Where Rashawn Slater, he could come in there, play left guard, and play left tackle eventually, and be an eventual replacement to Tyron Smith. And a lot of people had Rashawn Slater over Penei Sewell on their board. So, but man, I'm rattled about Patrick Surtain going. That one sucks. That one stings because now, look, there are plenty of good corners on day 2, and look, maybe now you look at Caleb Farley as a guy that you can trade back for, and maybe he falls to 44 tomorrow night. I personally would be down for that, even with the back procedure. But maybe you take a flyer on him. And look, I know you have to draft best player available. But man, Trayvon Diggs, Anthony Brown, and Jordan Lewis at corner gives me anxiety personally. So that would have been nice to get Surtain. Not to say that the Cowboys should have traded up for Surtain. Not saying it by any means that the Cowboys should have traded up for Surtain by any means. And if you're watching this late, obviously, I'm streaming this live, but I'll be watching. If you're watching after the fact, then as usual, just leave a comment on whether you like the Cowboys pick or not, whether you like all the other 9 picks in front or after the Cowboys. Leave a comment on what you think and give me a big thumbs up on the stream, of course, and subscribe here to Langer at the Mic, and give me a follow Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. But it would have been nice for Patrick Surtain to get to Dallas, man. Would have been nice. And the fact that Jaycee Horn went to Carolina, that one stings. Now I have to watch the stupid interview now. Please. And Justin Fields is still there. Justin Fields is still available. Justin Fields is the second best quarterback in this class. I hope that's right, because if I watch this in a couple of years and he's not, then I'll look stupid. But I don't care. Justin Fields is the second best quarterback in this draft class. And the Denver Broncos, they have Teddy Bridgewater and Drew Lock at quarterback right now. Good luck with that. Or you know what? Okay, fine. There was a report that maybe they could acquire Aaron Rodgers. They can make a play for Aaron Rodgers, who today said that he wants out of Green Bay, or maybe not wants out of Green Bay, but is really not happy in Green Bay. So it's implied that he maybe wants out of Green Bay. Yeah. Anyway, good luck with that, Denver. If you don't get Aaron Rodgers, have fun going 8-9 next year, or 7-10 with Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater under center, man. Ooh, the Cowboys just traded out. All right, this stream is becoming all for nothing now. But who did they trade with now? In terms of corner, oh wow, they traded with the Eagles. So they traded back 2 spots. You know what? I really like this move. And let's keep the stream going. Why not? I like this trading back because you know what? Get picks from the Eagles. Let's see what the return is. But you lost your guy in Patrick Surtain. You can maybe still get Rashawn Slater, maybe. So even if you're giving the Eagles Devontae Smith, I mean, that would kind of suck, like they're talking about here on NFL Network. But that's probably why they trade out of it, because they lost Patrick Surtain. But you know what? That captain trade down, baby. Ride captain trade down. You lose your guy, then why not? Why not trade back, get more picks, and just now, I'm hoping for Rashawn Slater or Greg Newsome. Those are my guys right now. I mean, maybe now that you traded back, could be Micah Parsons. I'm just waiting to see what the return was right now on the pick, or on the trade back. Let's see what it is. They're still saying, the Eagles drafted Jalen Reagor and Nelson Aguilar and Jalen Hurts. Blah, blah, blah. Saying what the Eagles picked. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Yeah, remember that one, Eagles fans. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Yeah, nice. Jalen Reagor, of course. Nice. And Justin Jefferson and Chase Claypool were drafted last year. And CeeDee Lamb, of course, by the Dallas Cowboys. So let's see. Cowboys get a third round pick. Like it. I like it. So that from 10 to 12, that is a difference. Let's do the quick math here. Draft trade chart. Let's see what that value is right now. So to go from that's 1,300 to 12, so that's a difference of 100 points, and the Cowboys are getting 84, so that's 170. So the Cowboys won that trade based on the draft value chart, because the trade back, again, to pick at 10 is 1,300 points, to pick at 12 is 1,200 points. That's a difference of 100, and the Cowboys got 170 points in that trade back to move back 2 spots. So that is a win by the Cowboys. And again, I'll get to the comments later. I see we got Las. We should not have traded up. No, don't trade up. You don't trade up, especially in this situation. You trade up if to get a certain tier of player, the back half of a certain tier of player. Because like, let's say Kyle, if there's a drop off between a certain player that you really want or really need, like at the back of the first round, and then there's not like another good player after that that's ranked below, then you could consider trading up for that. But the Cowboys just have way too many needs. So the fact they traded back and got an extra pick in the top 100, I like it. But now that you're at 12, do the right thing at 12 overall. Do the right thing at 12 overall. But at least the Eagles, I mean, look, again, they could get Devontae Smith, but at least they won't get they won't be getting their corner, which was reported that they would trade up to 9 and maybe get Patrick Surtain or Jaycee Horn. So, yeah. And of course, look, I mean, they traded up, so make your pick. It's 50 seconds left on the clock here. It's 9:30. It's been an hour into this draft, and we're only 10 picks in. Come on, man. Anyway, it is what it is. But, yeah, beer's getting a little warm now. Beer's getting a little warm. Is what it is. All right. They're just bleeding this down, man. They're bleeding this down. 25 seconds left with the Eagles on the clock right now. You know what? Here's what could happen. Could the Eagles take Justin Fields? That would be funny because that means that Jalen Hurts was a waste of a pick last year, but that would be bad because Justin Fields, being the second best quarterback in this class, is now in the NFC East. I would not like it. And what scares me also, the Giants, they're next at 11. Could the Giants get Justin Fields at number 11? Because Daniel Jones, I don't care what anyone says about Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones ain't it. And if the Giants keep Daniel Jones, I'll be very happy about that. So I guess that's the only – I guess that's the other thing is I wish Justin Fields could have gone to the top 10. Carolina should have maybe taken him, although Carolina with Sam Darnold isn't the worst thing either for them because they could give Sam Darnold another chance with the offensive weapons they have between DJ Moore, Christian McCaffrey. They could be in a good spot to give Sam Darnold an opportunity to succeed in Carolina, and with the pick of Jaycee Horn, that helps them as well. So. And by the way, in my TikTok, again, I said my 5 options. Number 1 was Pitts. Number 2 was Jaycee Horn and Patrick Surtain. 2, 3, pretty much the same thing, or 2 and 2A, 2B. And then I had Penei Sewell and Rashawn Slater. Those were my 4th options with offensive tackle. So I guess on big position. Option 5 was trade back, and option 6 was take the best player available, option 4 was trade back. Option 5, take the best player available. So that applies to all of the above naturally. So, pick is in for Philly finally. Let's see what's going to be. Let's crank this up a little bit. Roger Goodell at the podium.
Joining us, there's a fan that is taken out of the fully vaccinated section in front of the podium and placed into the chair that was in the commissioner's basement last year. That's the chair that he picked. From the draft in 2020, so that's what's going on here.
The Dallas Cowboys have traded the 10th pick to the Philadelphia Eagles. With the 10th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Devontae Smith.
Okay. All right. So to be fair now, I'll put this down a little bit. So to be fair, the Eagles, they have weapons now. Their offense at wide receiver now is good, but they still have no offensive line. They have a good defensive line. They have an aging offensive line, and they don't really have much else other than that on defense. So, and is Jalen Hurts going to be the guy that Philly invests their future in? I don't know. So, but look, Devontae Smith, that's a good pick for them. But again, the Cowboys won the trade back scenario, so the Cowboys won that. At least now, you just have to hope that the Giants don't decide to pick Rashawn Slater, because then maybe a trade back again. Maybe to New England. Although New England, why would they trade up? Maybe to get Mac Jones and protect the spot. Maybe. Yeah. So you got the Giants coming up right now. By the way, to 4, 5, 6 people watching. Appreciate it, man. As usual, give me a big thumbs up and give me a follow at Mike Langer on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And thanks so much for tuning in. Appreciate whether it's one person or 6 people or 6,000 or no one. I don't care. Just I enjoy just, I guess sharing my reactions and sharing my whatever my takes are on the Dallas Cowboys and Montreal Canadiens. So, and tomorrow night is going to be interesting because the Montreal Canadiens take on the Winnipeg Jets in the middle of day 2 of the draft. So I don't know. Am I going to record the Habs game and watch it like Canadians Express style later? Or am I going to just try to watch both at the same time and live stream and have a whole fun mess and I have the technology to do it. I could just have my laptop going here and my desktop and my webcam and all of that. So I could maybe pull it off. But anyway, yeah, man, it would have been nice for Surtain to fall to 10 though. It would have been nice for Surtain to get there. But again, you traded back, you got more picks, you won the trade back scenario. So, Anyway. Oh, now the Chicago Bears trade up with the New York Giants. So here comes a quarterback. Here comes Mac Jones. Here comes Mac Jones, baby. This is probably Mac Jones. Here comes Mac Jones. So that means that, again, Rashawn Slater will likely be available to the Cowboys or maybe, I think it would be a little bit of a reach to get Greg Newsome, the cornerback. But, hey, I would go Rashawn Slater personally in terms of value of the offense. Look, corner and offensive tackle are, equally valuable. But to me, though, Rashawn Slater is a better prospect than Greg Newsome, especially since Greg Newsome, a little bit of health concerns there. So I would go with Rashawn Slater. So here comes likely a quarterback, Mac Jones, which would be interesting because the Chicago Bears have another no, what am I saying? Mac Jones, Justin Fields. How do I keep forgetting Justin Fields is still on the board? Man, I still keep forgetting Justin Fields is on the board. How? Justin Fields is the second best quarterback in this class, and he's still on the board. And honestly, if the Bears get him, maybe they could get their quarterback in the future. Finally, I don't care if very few Ohio State quarterbacks have been successful in the NFL. I don't care. Justin Fields to me is the second best quarterback in this draft class. So, and yeah, I might have to in retrospect. We're 22 minutes of the stream so far, so I might have to just tag when the Cowboys actually make their pick. So anyway. So you traded up. So why are you bleeding the clock down? And by the way, let's see this draft haul here. So they got the 20. Giants get the. Okay, so this is definitely a quarterback because to trade up 9 spots, the Giants got the 20th overall pick, a 5th round pick this year, and a 2022 first round pick and a 2022 4th round pick. But it doesn't matter because as long as the Giants have Daniel Jones at quarterback, they ain't winning anything. So yeah, they can load up on picks all they want, but they ain't winning anything as long as they have Daniel Jones at quarterback. And again, I don't care if I'm wrong, but just, does a quarterback that either fumbles 3 times a game or throws 3 interceptions a game or fumbles once and throws 2 picks or fumbles twice and throws a pick, you can't win with that. So, yeah. And sure, they beat the Cowboys in week 17, but remember who's on defense, the Dallas Cowboys? Exactly. So, yeah. But the Cowboys also now have an extra pick in the top 100 to fix that. Or maybe they could trade back into the second round or back into the first round and come up for a corner. There are options for the Cowboys right now. And even though they lost 3 of their 4 guys that they should have selected or that were ideal for them, they're still in a good spot right now. The fact that the Giants straight out of that pick and now that the Bears are going to take a quarterback, most likely is good news for the Dallas Cowboys. So pick is in. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Still talking. So if it's it has to be Justin Fields here. If they trade up for Mac Jones, this is a Mitch Trubisky all over again. So, I think Mac Jones is going to be way better than Mitch Trubisky because the bar is pretty low for Mitch Trubisky, but they will be trading up for, look, then again, they're trading up from 20 and not from, what were they in 2017, like in the 10s or in the early teens? They trade up to like 2 or no, what am I saying? They trade up 1 spot. They trade up 1 spot to draft Mitch Trubisky when they could have had Patrick Mahomes or Deshaun Watson, although Deshaun Watson with the legal issues that he's been having right now might not have been the best pick, and who knows how that's going to sort itself out. But yeah, 11th overall pick is in again. Still just blah 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 blah. The NFL Network love their coverage, but it's nice to be nice to get the pick. Here comes Roger Goodell finally. Yeah, much love to the NFL Network, by the way. Love their draft coverage. Just it's 9:44 and we've only been through 11 picks when the draft has been going on for an hour and 44 minutes. I don't consider myself a millennial, but when the Cowboys are drafting in the top 10, you want to get their pick in already. But anyway, that's just me. All right, here's the pick.
Through this year's draft-a-thon, the NFL is supporting our nation's path to recovery from COVID-19 by focusing on the critical issues of mental health, food insecurity, health disparities, and the digital divide. Throughout the pandemic, health disparities widen in communities of color, indigenous communities, and for older and rural Americans. We're joining forces with the CDC Foundation as part of a draft-a-thon to meet the basic needs like nutrition, safety, and health. Carlos Nelson, who's behind me, has been doing just that, leading the Greater Auburn Gresham Development Corporation in Chicago. His dream of creating a federally qualified health center to provide medical care in his neighborhood is becoming a reality with support from the Chicago Bears, and it will open in 2022. Congratulations, Carlos, and please take it away with the Bears selection.
Well, how exciting is this? With the 11th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, my Chicago Bears select Justin Fields.
There you go. There you go. Could this be the year could this finally be it for the Chicago Bears? Could the Chicago Bears finally have their quarterback after, let's see if I can remember this, between Mitch Trubisky and Mike Glennon and Jay Cutler and Josh McCown, who was really good for 3 games in 2013, including against the Dallas Cowboys. Could the Chicago Bears finally, and Kyle Orton back in the day, man, when was the last time the Bears had a franchise quarterback? Like this is great for the Chicago Bears. Okay, they had to trade a lot to get him, and they're again not going to have a first round pick next year. But I feel like now finally the Bears got it right. Justin Fields, love his toughness, love his I'll be honest, I didn't do my full homework on quarterbacks because when the Cowboys have Dak Prescott, they don't need a quarterback. But to me, Justin Fields is Dak Prescott, or could be Dak Prescott, because of his ability to just his toughness and his leadership abilities. The fact that he just broke his ribs in the national championship game, but still outgunned Trevor Lawrence. Sorry, not the national championship game, the national championship semifinal. He's again the second best quarterback in this draft, and that's a great pick for the Chicago Bears. Great pick for the Chicago Bears. Had to trade up and give up a lot to get him, but you know what? For quarterbacks, especially if Justin Fields is it, then it'll be a good move for the Chicago Bears. So, so the Dallas Cowboys are now on the clock again, and we've been at it for a half hour. And I thought the Cowboys were going to pick at 10. Here we are, 30 minutes later, still waiting for the Dallas Cowboys to pick, which is, I guess, the only thing that sucks about trading down. But at least they won the trade back scenario, and they got more points back in the trade back scenario than they essentially lost. So the Eagles gave up more points than the value of moving from the 12 spot to the 10 spot. So, yeah. All right. Still talking about Justin Fields here. Still talking about Justin Fields. There you go. Charles Davis said it. Dak Prescott. That's the comp for Justin Fields, and I like it. And now that people realize how darn good Dak Prescott is, they took Justin Fields in the top 15 instead of in the 4th round. So when Justin Fields should have been a top 5 pick. But anyway. But yeah, now day 2, man, assuming the Cowboys go Rashawn Slater, I mean, look, they could also take Micah Parsons, which now that the Cowboys traded back, I won't hate as much, but to me, I would much rather get Rashawn Slater. I would much rather Rashawn Slater than Micah Parsons. All right, here we go. Dallas Cowboys now still on the clock, I guess, but now they stopped talking about the Bears and Fields. They've now moved on to the Cowboys. 3 minutes, 15 seconds left for the Cowboys on the clock. Here it comes, big moment. Luke Connolly, I don't want to see your comment just yet because I'm on a stream and watching it in delay. But you said something about Micah Parsons, and that gives me anxiety now because the stream is on delay right now. Luke Connolly, shout out Luke Connolly, by the way. CSM, great guy. Just don't appreciate the inside info if that was inside info right now. So the pick is in right now. Dallas Cowboys about to make their selection. I guess if it's Micah Parsons again, won't be the worst thing because they traded back, but I would have much preferred Rashawn Slater. And Micah Parsons was a guy that was linked to the Dallas Cowboys back in November, and like I think on his Instagram or something when he was playing at AT&T Stadium, he was saying how he wanted to be a Dallas Cowboy. Hopefully, I'm scared that that's what it's going to be, but it's going to be what it's going to be, I guess. And you know what? Look. The Cowboys, they need help on defense, but just they're better linebackers that you can get on day 2, especially with that extra 3rd-round pick. So, yeah. So, anyway, I'm a little nervous right now. I'm not checking the comments right now. No comments. That was a mistake that I checked the comments there. It was a rookie mistake on my part. With all the Habs games that I've taped and watched on delay and have managed to not spoil for myself, I hope I didn't spoil that for myself there, but yeah. All right. Please, no defensive linemen. No defensive edge rushers in this class are not worth more than a day 2 pick. They're not. They could become better, sure, but in terms of where they're at right now, Azeez Ojulari, Kwity Paye, Jalen Phillips, they're just none of them. There's no Chase Young. There's no Joey Bosa. There's no Nick Bosa. There's no one like that right now from a floor standpoint in this class. All right, pick is in. Here comes Roger Goodell. Going to finish my beer here. All right, well, after the pick, I guess. All right. Here it comes.
Here's the commissioner with the Dallas Cowboys pick at 12th overall here in Cleveland. Appears to be some more fun coming up on the stage here.
So who's on the stage right now? Oh, by the way, just want to say shout out to mental health. If anyone is not feeling well or just you never know what people are going through, always be there. Just want to address that with the Bears pick. Anyway. Yeah.
An Army veteran from Dallas struggled with anxiety and depression after returning from Iraq. She turned her struggle into triumph and is now a licensed social worker who provides mental health counseling. Kanikia, we thank you for your service and all you do to continue to help others during this challenging time. Please do us the honor of making the Cowboys pick.
Shout out to mental health. Always shout out mental health. That's a great moment on stage right there.
Oh my God!
How about them Cowboys? Let's go. How about them Cowboys? Yeah, you can boo all you want, Cleveland. How about them Cowboys?
In the 2021 the NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Micah Parsons.
There you go, Micah Parsons. Okay. All right, Micah Parsons it is. Look, I don't love it. I don't love it. But that means, you know what? Leighton Vander Esch, who in 2018, Leighton Vander Esch, I was wanting Calvin Ridley when they let go of Dez, and I was saying they should have drafted Calvin Ridley. And Leighton Vander Esch, sure, he had that All-Pro 2018 season, but then health has been an issue ever since, and he hasn't been the same ever since. So now that means that the writing's on the wall for Jalen Smith and Leighton Vander Esch, and that's unfortunate because, yeah, just it would have been nice to get Surtain. And at least the Cowboys traded back and they got that extra 3rd-round pick, but Not a fan of Micah Parsons, not going to lie, not a fan. And there goes Luke Connolly again. Micah Parsons still on the board. I didn't actually think they would take him. Yeah, I guess the joke's on me because Luke Connolly, who is again, CSMer who speculated about Micah Parsons, was the one that I was chirping him about, that I was telling him, please, Denver. He's a Denver Broncos fan again. I was saying, Denver, please take Micah Parsons. I was telling Luke, hoping Denver takes Micah Parsons. And but instead, joke's on me right now. I'm the one, with egg on my face because the Denver Broncos took Patrick Surtain, who I want the Dallas Cowboys to take, and Micah Parsons is now a Dallas Cowboy instead of a Denver Bronco. And look, again, I hope Micah Parsons puts that off-field character, whatever issues behind him. And he has a lot of upside. He has the potential to be an outstanding linebacker. But what scares me, though, is that from the reports that I've seen, or just the scouting reports that I've seen, is that his awareness is not quite there yet. And he's young at the position, which is, with Sean Lee especially retiring, I don't love that with Sean Lee retiring and all those, that essentially a defensive, like a coach on the field, an on-field coach that you're losing in Sean Lee, even though he's not the player he once was, but those smarts are not in the linebackers room anymore. And Micah Parsons being young at the position, don't love it. But hey, I'm going to still cheer for him, still going to root for him, still hope for the best. And the Cowboys do address a kind of need, but still, Rashawn Slater is still there. And to me, the fact that Tyron Smith could be out for a couple of games, and the fact that, that the Cowboys, their corners right now are still Trayvon Diggs and Jordan Lewis and Anthony Brown. That's their top three corners. I don't know, man. Honestly, just whatever. It is what it is. And I'm going to hope for the best. Hope that Micah Parsons turns out to be great, like Leighton Vander Esch was in 2018. And hopefully Micah Parsons becomes great in 2021, 2022, 2023, and so on. And for the entirety of his time with the Dallas Cowboys. But yeah, just not a fan. Honestly, not a fan. There's still the option to trade up at the back half of the first round. Not to say that they should. Because also, and here's another possibility, Caleb Farley, maybe could he fall to 44? Maybe could the Cowboys go up and get him? Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, not a huge fan of the Micah Parsons pick, not going to lie. And I guess that's also ironic how I'm wearing my Sean Lee jersey and they draft a middle linebacker. So is what it is. And I think that's all I got here for now. As usual, if you enjoy my commentary, this was way, way longer than I wanted it to be because of the trade back scenario. But as usual, give me a big thumbs up on my video. If you enjoy my commentary, give me a subscribe to my channel. Give me a follow at Mike Langer on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. And thank you so much for watching this live reaction, this long live reaction to the Cowboys drafting Micah Parsons. And I'll probably be back again tomorrow night for another live reaction to when the Cowboys make their second and third round picks. And looking forward to seeing you then. And enjoy the rest of draft night, except Eagles, Giants, and Washington football team fans.